I don't. I, yes, I am broke. I am a little broken because I've never had this. Holy fucking shit! You guys are the man. I love you, dude. This host, this raid, hit me like a fucking freight train full of dildos going down an icy highway. Fucking shit, guys. Yes, I do vape THC.
Damn. Hey, what's up, XL Protocol? How are you doing, my friend? I appreciate you being here. I also appreciate the comments that you have on my videos. I love having those discussions when it comes to lore. Currently playing Elden Ring, my friend. If you want to check out the gameplay, that's what I do. Iron Maiden or Sonata Arctica, something like that. Well, from a fire in Hawaii. It's an absolute travesty. It is. Because Ohio has a lot of historical landmarks and cultural importance to the people of Hawaii.
So etching it up. What's up, everybody? I hope y'all are having a great day. Thank you for joining me. Let me know if the game volume is too high, you know. I'm hoping that it's not. And that y'all should be able to hear me well enough. But yeah, let me know if the game volume is high. I can adjust as such. As needed. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to do one thing that I cannot do when I'm live on the TikToks before I go live on the TikToks. But thank you so much for being here, Bringle. I do appreciate it. Okay. But yeah, Bringle, if you're still there, how are you doing, my friend? Alright, let's get on into it, shall we, my friends? Alrighty then. There we go. Right? Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. What's up? We're alive. I hope y'all are doing well. Thank you for those of you for joining me today when we're continuing on with our adventure with Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin. Now, no, we don't need to. I just went in there with really, really low, well, with damage, and I probably shouldn't have. I can go in there with a little bit better now, and it should be easier. Oh, what's up, Oliver? Welcome to the stream. Alright, but first...
Welcome. Welcome.
Let's see...
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I think that's everything that I actually needed. Mode... Alright, let's go. Yes, Oliver, I did get my car fixed, thankfully. I was very much so happily able to get that car fixed. And that is thanks to y'all. Thanks to my community. It was only thanks to y'all that I was able to get it fixed. So I really do appreciate y'all. And what's up, Modramon? How are you doing, my friend? You're gonna steal my eggs? Why? Why are you gonna steal my stolen eggs? I worked hard to steal those eggs. Well, you know what they say, no honor amongst thieves. And what's up, Scotty? Welcome. Appreciate you being here on the YouTube side. And in case anybody here is a little bit confused, I go live on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. So there are times where, well, YouTube and Twitch can see each other, but TikTok, y'all can't see YouTube or Twitch. But I still appreciate y'all for being here. I really do. And, you know, we are here gaming and chatting. And, of course, as the prompt says, if I don't respond, I did not see your comment. Currently addicted to the Stories 3 demo. I'm really hoping that I am going to be able to afford the demo, not the demo, afford Monster Hunter Stories 3 when it comes out. Although I have I did promise my friend Valric, because he did buy the games for me, that once I am done with Monster Hunter Stories 2, that I will be playing the Dot Hack Root series, which will be 4 games total. Alright. There's some gripes based on things I'm hearing, and I hope they are either wrong or will get updated. I guess we'll have to see. New account, thought I was already following you, Toxic Sniper. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, I did change my name. I used to be Asian Faja Gamer, but I just shortened it simply to Faja. That might have prompted that sometimes. I don't know. TikTok is weird. You know, I have unfollowed people that I have not actually physically unfollowed for some random reason, and it does piss me off that TikTok does that. And what's up, Faded Melon? Also, careful online French outlet postage footage of the final boss when they're not supposed to. Aw, what the hell? Alright, so this is the pond, right? Yeah. I appreciate you letting me know, Mortramon. But what's up, Faded Melon? If I didn't say hi earlier, how's life going for you? Life is going pretty good. Thank you for asking.
You too, Owen.
Yeah, whoever it was is getting blacklisted by Capcom. I mean, yeah, that's kind of shitty of them that they did that. Not shitty of Capcom for blacklisting them, shitty of the French outlet for posting footage that they're not supposed to post.
My papa once told me an unforgettable story of how he got lost in the forest and how 2 people protected him.
Well, here's the thing, Eric.
Any little
I already got depression. I'm just doing my best to be a functional
Where have you got to?
a functional depressed
They
person.
sure are a handful.
Where is Doggy? Mocha is laying. Well, she's probably eating her dinner. Because I set out her dinner.
There's a monster nearby. Careful, it's an Arzuros. Looks agitated too.
Not just that. I get the feeling there's something else. There's gotta be a reason it's all riled up. Wait!
Let's. Right. No, this is not the monster that we have to fight. It is the Dormboros.
A cub?
Okay, dude. I still remember them days in the car. I'm so fucking happy for you every time I see you stream. Well, thank you, Toxic Sniper.
Don't worry.
I appreciate the fact that you've been supporting for so long. Really, it means a lot. And I hope you're doing well, my friend. I'm glad you're doing so good. You're doing well, good sir. Well, thank you, Faded Melon. How are y'all doing, though, if I haven't already asked? Thank you for being here, you know?
Aha! There you are! What have you been doing all this time?
We just wanted to get a little honey, but that Arzuros got mad at us, and she's been on our tails for the last 3 days.
Well, you didn't get hurt, so I guess all's well. Come on, let's get you home.
Red, how could you tell the monster had a cub?
I'm doing well. I got a new song releasing on the 28th. I'm a music producer, though. Bedroom producer. Right on. That's awesome, though. Let's see. Did you go live late, or did my notifications fail me? Your notifications might have failed you, because I just... Well, I mean, I went live about 13 minutes
Sounds like my
ago.
buddy's grandpa was a real character.
Everybody get back! It's a monster!
Alright, so we gotta go for its legs first. Alright, you big giant bitch. Just living live trying to find a good single player game. Ah, that is a struggle. Yes. I said what I said. Alright, hello everyone. How are we tonight? I am doing well. How are you doing, Large Moose? Alright, we gotta go for the legs. You ever played DC Universe online? I have not ever played DC Universe. I've seen gameplay of it way back when, so I don't really remember it, but I myself personally have not played it. Be back, be hurting from work. Other than I'm alright. Other than that, I'm alright. Okay, I read that like a dyslexic idiot, but yes, okay. I'm sorry your back hurts from work, but at least you're doing alright, and hopefully you're taking care of it. You better be taking care of it, putting some ice on it. Take a bath in Epsom salt. Well, warm bath with Epsom salt. Yeah, there's Mocha. I played the absolute heck out of Skyrim like you, yeah. Her name is Mocha. Yes. Hi, Mocha. What's up, baby? Hi. No. Okay. Gotta take out his leg. Why are you doing a power attack? Hey, what's up, Jester? Welcome to the stream. Okay. Hey, thank you so much for that gift. Hey, what's up, 77? How are you doing? I am from California. Huh. I don't know if we should be doing speed attacks. Fuck. Hi, Mocha. You're the man. Oh, thank you. Nah, particularly let me take care of myself. Well, you should take care of yourself. Open your prize. Wait, I can open it? I didn't even realize I could open it. How do I open it? Huh. It won't let me open it. I have to wait 2 minutes to open it? I don't know. Weird. There's a timer on it. Alright, let's try doing a technical attack. Ah, crap. It's a technical attack. Alright, you know what? We can still do power attacks and make it work. Because I know at least this creature can do a power attack, but you know what? No. I'm gonna bring you out. Because I know you have power attacks. Going for the legs! Let's see, so I have a question. Would you call Digimon Frontier just Digimon Power Ranger Super Sentai without the Zords? I mean, pretty much. It's hard to say that it's not, which is one of the things I actually really liked about Frontier. It changed the formula, and I love when games do that. You know, it's good to shake things up. And they did it in a way that didn't disrupt, or that didn't take away from the storytelling of Digimon. Now, do I expect everybody to agree with me? Nah. Do I give a shit if people agree with me? No. The spirit combined, it's just the battleizers. I mean, like I said, I'm not disagreeing with you here, Jester. I'm not.
My apologies.
They're both doing power attacks. Okay. Is that a giant revolver? It's a giant revolver with a bayonet. Hey, what's up, Alan? Welcome to the stream. Alright, we gotta take care of those legs. I don't know who won the Super Fan Box. I just wish the $10, fuck. I'm not sure. Like I said, wait, 1 second. Let me click it again. Oh, I can open it now. Okay, so the Super Fan Box apparently is supposed to attract more followers, and followers can add in coins, which makes it bigger. They didn't really explain that properly. I'm so sorry, Toxic Sniper. I will state, like, I'm not trying to discount it because I really appreciate the support, but, you know, the two best ways, the three best ways to support me is either check out my Linktree because there are donation links there, or my Patreon, subscribing to my Patreon, because I am trying to get more traction on Patreon. That way I can do more cool things. I can do more things with my merch store, which I do also have a merch store. You can also find that in the Linktree in my bio. It's kind of funny how people are thinking Wonder Woman beats Rogue. It's because they don't seem to realize how Rogue's abilities work. Although, in a sense, because that's the thing, like, everybody says, oh no, Rogue's ability only works on the X gene. No, it doesn't. Why do you think it worked on Captain Marvel? Why do you think she almost killed Captain Marvel? Captain Marvel's not a mutant, goddammit. But then again, this is also why I don't do versus battles or versus battles conversations. They're ultimately pretty much pedantically annoying. And that's not because of you, obviously, Alan. That's mainly because of the community. What is Captain Marvel? A god? Captain Marvel is essentially an embodiment or one of the avatars of the power cosmic. But we also have to remember that Rogue is powerful and can fly. Rogue has Captain Marvel's powers. She can fly and she has super strength. Bro, gotta have that. Oh, Jesus.
Taste the chill of icy fangs.
Let's see, versus stuff is dumb because you need so many specifics, like versions of the character too, and everything. Look at that, exactly. And here's the thing, and this is the main reason why I abandoned versus battle content, because I actually used to do it. Is the community. Is because the community doesn't seem to realize there's something that you cannot take away from a character, because if you do, then it's no longer about the character anymore. It's just about the moveset, and that's boring as fuck. Is the personality of the character. You can't just go like, oh, let's go bloodlusted. That's fucking dumb. Rant over. That's where I'm gonna be done talking about the versus battle. Is this Pokemon? Well, this is a creature collector style RPG game, much like into Dragon Quest or what Pokemon that was inspired by Dragon Quest. But this is Monster Hunter Stories. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin specifically. The second game within the offshoot of the Monster Hunter franchise. Pokemon wishes it was this, and that's the thing, like, this has, to me, this is so much more fun than anything Pokemon has given us since Soul Silver and Heart Gold. Although, you know what? No. I also did enjoy Black and White. Monster Hunter learns from its former games, except Stories 3. If all the rumors are true, goddammit, how is Capcom taking 6 steps back? I hope that's not true. Crap. You. Now we're going for... Do you like Arceus? Yes, Legend of Arceus is actually one of my favorite ones. I actually really did enjoy that. Thank you, Joey, for mentioning that one. I forgot about that for a second. Boy, loved it. I mean, it was a great one. They added a lot to the game, and I'm sad that they didn't use those mechanics to elevate the Pokemon franchise as a whole, introducing some of those elements, or a good number of those elements, into Scarlet and Violet. It would have made Scarlet and Violet so much better, but they also really should have leaned a lot more into the whole slice of life at school aspect of that storyline. It would have added to it too. It would have made that game so much more enjoyable. People not like Pokemonza? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get Pokemonza, nor am I gonna even touch a Switch 2. What do you think about the different lantern cores? I'm interested in blue. Alright, I mean, the lanterns are one of my favorite parts of DC, I will admit that. But one of the lantern cores that I am very much so intrigued in is the orange lantern core. They are the one singular member of the orange lantern core is, in my opinion, one of the more interesting stories within the whole of the lantern core in DC. Well, thank you, Crochet Bits. Black Lantern Gang. Well, we are getting a James Gunn directed and overlooked Lantern series, which is going to be pretty damn amazing. Involving Jon Stewart and not Kyle Rentner. Crap. Hal and Jordan, yes, thank you. Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. Remember, Lex Luthor was temporarily an Orange Lantern in The Blackest Night. Yeah, temporarily. You really think the Orange Lantern would really do that? You really think the orange, the one member of the Orange Lantern would be like, I'm gonna let you have that? No. What's mine is mine, and mine is mine. Mine. That is their motto, and will always be their motto. I'm a shiny hunter, formerly one from Pokemon. I've seen various Pokemon buddies of mine play, and just, it doesn't look fun. Hunting especially, it's just so much worse. Yeah. Then Lex steals Scarecrow's yellow ring in the same issue. Of course Lex would steal a yellow ring. Yeah, I mean, Lex is an asshole. Also, best core is Red Lantern. Oh, jeez. No, don't get me wrong. The core that I would choose is not going to be the Orange Lanterns. I am just intrigued by the Orange Lanterns the most. If anything, for me personally, it would be green. It would be green. Why? One, because of Kyle Rentner's capabilities when it came to being a Green Lantern. Having somebody with that style of imagination and capabilities, along with the willpower, I really, that's just, holy shit, Double Tap, what's up? Thank you so much for all those gifts. I hope you're having a good day. Red Lantern Supergirl was scary. Woman of Tomorrow Supergirl is scary. Okay, here's the thing. A lot of people have the misconception of Supergirl, right? Supergirl is not a happy-go-lucky, brings hope to others type of person. The base narrative for Supergirl is a lost woman. A woman who lost everything because she was old enough to see the fall of see the height and fall of her people. Imagine all of that. Everybody she knows is dead, and the only person who is left alive is her cousin, who was way too young to even remember anything, and is constantly throwing themselves into these political conflicts that have nothing to do with him. All the while, the only thing Supergirl wants is for someone to understand, someone to talk to about this, and she doesn't actually have that. She is a lost woman with no world, with no allegiances. The Woman of Tomorrow comic book arc, in my opinion, is one of the best arcs to be able to depict just exactly what she's going through. Let's see. How did her world end? It was essentially destroyed by the hubris of their own actions. I don't remember directly. Give me 1 second, because I want to give you an accurate depiction. Okay, so yeah, there are two specific narratives that DC goes towards when it comes down to how did Krypton get destroyed. One was an unstable core due to the wanting and unrestricted mining of the planet. Another one is due to the civil war caused by Zod. Now, the civil war caused by Zod still occurs on Krypton, but it wasn't. Sometimes the narrative doesn't lean towards that being the cause of the destruction of Krypton. Cyborg. Okay, which ring do you think Cyborg would have? If Cyborg could have a ring, or if Cyborg ever were to get a ring, I don't know if they ever got a ring in Darkest Night. Oh shit. The third reason for Krypton was destroyed was from Brainiac. Yeah, but that's not one that's often used, mainly because Brainiac is an AI that develops later on alongside Superman as they are growing up and maturing on Earth, as the AI that is taking care of them and essentially running the Fortress of Solitude. So it really depends on the continuity. Do Kryptonians need yellow suns for power, and what about red suns? A red sun saps a Kryptonian's power, making them essentially human. Which is actually one of the beginning or introductory narratives of Woman of Tomorrow with Supergirl. In which she literally goes to planets with red suns so that she can get inebriated. Didn't Krypton have a red sun? I believe they had a red sun because Kryptonians didn't naturally have powers. It wasn't until they experienced the yellow sun on Earth that they had powers. And what's up, Valric? That, Superman and Supergirl, started being like, holy shit. Honestly, I could see Cyborg as green, like, it's basic, but it's the easiest to fit into. Maybe pink, or even natural selection of indigo. Never liked how indigo works. Hello, we talking lanterns? Only a little bit. Alright, cool. Now we can return to the village. Thoughts on Henry Cavill's Superman? I enjoyed Henry Cavill's Superman, but in my opinion, I enjoy Corn Sweat Superman much, much more. And once again, because I know there are going to be people out there who disagree, I don't give a shit if you disagree. I'm not looking for people to agree with me. I like Corn Sweat Superman a lot more because it reminds me of what Superman actually is. Not some unbeatable godly figure for the people to bounce their ego off of because they don't like the idea of losing. No, Superman is a symbol of hope. A lot of people don't seem to realize or seem to have forgotten that Superman began in a radio show during the 1940s period. During the period in which World War II was beginning and occurring, Superman was in fact a Jewish superhero. That is what Superman was. A Jewish superhero to give hope to the Jewish Americans and the Jewish immigrants that were coming over during this time of war. That is what Superman was. That is the origins of Superman. And so many people seem to forget that. But that is what he was meant to be. He was always meant to be a symbol of hope, not an unbeatable figure. That is where he becomes boring as hell for me. I hope they do another Cavill Superman. I like that they made him basic and not God-stopping. Yeah. Let's see. I can only ever recall one instance of a natural indigo. Never liked that specific variant of parasitic rings. Yeah. I don't know why I mix up Cavill and Corn Sweat. It's because they have a very similar aesthetic. I'm about to make crab legs. I am jealous, Letterboy. And what's up, Stellar Kitsune? Sorry if I didn't say hi earlier. I was ingrained in a conversation and I wanted to drop a little bit of actual lore involving, you know, Superman, because there's so many misconceptions about Superman. And yes, Wonder Woman was, I believe, also created during World War II. And they were created alongside within the Justice Society that was part of the radio show, eventually, that would expand, including, you know, that would eventually become comic books that were produced by Detective Comics. Justice Society of America mentioned? Yes. Okay, but Lobo is the funniest Lantern. Red Lion or Black Panther? I don't, like I said, I don't really like doing versus conversations, so I will put that forth. And I'm not that familiar with Red Lion to be able to say anything about them. We got to see Cavill Wolverine movie? Yes. Oh, yes, I want more of the Cavalrine. Deadpool Wolverine gave us a taste of the Cavalrine, and the fact that we don't get more of it is a travesty.
Hello.
Larfreeze? Let's see. Yes, Larfree. Okay, see, Valric, you missed it, because I was just talking about the Orange Lanterns as one of my favorite lanterns to talk about. They are not the Lantern Corps that I would choose to be part of, but I really am incredibly intrigued by the Orange Lantern Corps. And I want there to be more narrative surrounding the Orange Lantern Corps. Because what's mine is mine. It's mine. It's mine. Mine. That is my favorite Lantern oath. Are you familiar with the White Wolf in Marvel? I think he's T'Challa's half-brother. I am not, actually. You know, these are characters. I appreciate you letting me know, because I definitely would love to learn more about these characters. No, wait. Let's see, Rage can take me. Thoughts on X-Men Origins? It was fun, but I would love for them to do an X-Men movie that was more more true to the comic books. Yes, it is very much so a simple oath. The oath of the Orange Lanterns is incredibly simple, because there's only one Orange Lantern. Let's see, I can't wait to have Stories 3. I'm going to do a lot of habit restoration. I'm going to have a Dragon Element Silverwind Nargacuga. Nice. Mocha is doing great. Thank you for asking, Virix. Let's see. Honestly, when Larfreeze is actually allowed to be a character, he's very fascinating. Like, I don't know how often we get to see him interact with a Blue Lantern, but the fact that the Blue Lantern seems to override the Orange and draw out their original selves, or at least Larfreeze, is very fascinating. I 100% agree. Favorite Digimon movie is the Digimon 2000 movie, which is based around 2 movies that were introduced in an art festival and won, and because of that, they became an actual canon movie for Digimon produced by Bandai. Hey, that's not true, the rest are dead. That's true, the rest are dead because Larfreeze kills them. Larfreeze is like, no, 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 mine, mine. Every ring reacts to another. I love that to either weaken or strengthen. Orange is survival of the fittest, and the fittest is Larfreeze.
You've learned the right of challenge.
Is Deadpool an X-Man? No, Deadpool is part of X-Force.
I believe you can face the Nargacuga.
Or actually, originally part of the Project X, which is Wolverine's original team that eventually which is Wolverine's original team that actually worked with Captain America at one point, because Wolverine was in World War II. Wolverine, in fact, also met Magneto when they were a child, saving them from an internment camp. Oh my god, Larfreeze is just Space Golem. Yes.
Unbelievable.
That's pretty much what Larfreeze is. Space Golem with super strength, super speed, and superpowers. Favorite villain from both DC and Marvel, and why? Favorite villain from Marvel is Carnage. Why? Because Carnage does not assume themselves to be anything other than what they are. A symbol of carnage and chaos. And because of that simplicity, that character has a narrative that is... that character is a very solid character, and one that I do enjoy. When it comes down to DC, original, and I do mean original Joker, is one of my favorites. I don't like how they changed Joker into something that was just more maniacal. I really enjoyed Kevin Conroy's animated Batman series, voiced by Mark Hamill Joker. Explain OG Joker. OG Joker was essentially a person who understood the world as it was and didn't make any assumptions of anyone. They knew what they wanted to do and how they wanted to affect the world, and that is what they stuck to, and that was their philosophy. And they were the base antithesis to what Batman truly was. And that is another thing. Like, see, you're gonna see a common theme when it comes down to villains, and the villains that I actually enjoy. Because villains, good villains, should be characters that make you feel uncomfortable, that are characters that you shouldn't really like. That's a well-written villain. Me too, that's why I love Carnage. He knows who he is. but my favorite DC villain is Mr. Freeze. Okay. Because he's not a bad guy, he just wants to save his wife, and if he could, legally, he would have. Yeah, no, what is it? Dr. Freeze, or Mr. Freeze, is the epitome of just because you are bad guy does not mean that you are bad guy. One second. 1 second, Alan. Okay. So you're talking about X-32 or X-23? I forgot her actual name, but yeah, Laura. I actually really love her depiction. Logan was one of my favorite movies of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. See, that's why I always, it always made me mad Batman beat his ass instead of offering him help. Yeah, ain't that the truth. See, aren't symbiotes like aliens and get stronger with each passing generation, like some exceptions may apply? So, symbiotes have this thing called indexing. When they index, they can increase their capabilities or the complexity of their genome, which is essentially how they become stronger or more resilient with each generation. Symbiotes aren't necessarily aliens, they're more... Well, actually, yes, they are aliens. But symbiotes were created by Null by manipulation of the living void that created the Black Sword as well as all of the Clintar. If you don't know, I can't really help you, because stupid is as stupid does, Bailey. I meant like Aliens the franchise. No, not necessarily like that. The Clintar or the symbiotes within the DC universe don't necessarily work in that way. Let's see, a good villain can make you hate them for all of the right reasons. Or make them like freeze and be a villain but still have moments where they are people and fully lost their heart. Yes! I mean, Mr. Freeze is a villain that is done in that way, in my opinion, the right way. I actually really do enjoy that particular character's narrative in the way that they've done it. Let's see, fun fact, if they don't know the sword in Thor, 4 is Null's sword. A lot of people don't. Are sidekicks crucial, though? It's always good to have someone that watches your back, but I wouldn't necessarily think of them as a sidekick. I'd say more like a partner. And Alan, I would thank you not to ask me versus battle content, because once again, like I've stated several times, I don't really like doing versus battle conversations. Alright, now we gotta go slay a Nargacuga. In a lot of ways, I want Hugh Jackman to be Wolverine forever, but in another way, I want someone new. You know what I want? Alan? I want Wolverine to be put to bed. I want new characters. I want new stories. I don't want them to keep rehashing the same characters with new actors over and over and over and over and recycling these fucking... Can we get some new shit, please? Can we get some new fucking shit, please? So, you know, sidekicks aren't necessary, but for people like Batman, it's part of their story. That's why it takes them and trains them, as Deadpool says, another 100 years. Like, my favorite Freeze moment is the Flash having a Christmas story. Flash is trying to get them, but then something happens to the Christmas present delivery, and Freeze goes out of his way to stop what they're doing and decide that they aren't going to cause Flash problems during the holidays. And his reason is because he wants the children to have a good time. Yes, I honestly loved that Wally West, you know? No, that was Grodd. That was Grodd. That was Gorilla Grodd. See, well, you're kind of getting your wish in Doom 4. Well, we'll see. Why is... Oh. Exchange for weapons. Ooh, can I get this one? I don't have enough. Ball sacks. Alright, I need more bottle caps. I love Flash, honestly. Flash is one of my favorite DC heroes. I hated how they did old Luke in the end. When it comes down to the Star Wars universe, we'll see where it goes in the future, you know? No, it was Ultra Humanite. Oh, it was Ultra Humanite? I thought it was Gorilla Grodd. Wasn't there an episode of the Justice League with Gorilla Grodd and the Flash that involved Christmas fixing a toy for the orphanage? Okay. No, he just looks a lot like Gorilla Grodd. Okay, alright. But yeah, that's Ultra Humanite. Alright, thank you, Valric, for correcting me, though. I appreciate that. It's always good to know the right the right knowledge. The right lore. Where am I going? Let's see. God, there was a lot of things being said here. How do you feel about Lucas till Havoc from the Foxverse as DC's Flash? I don't know Lucas Till. I'm gonna have to look him up to see what he looks like. If they went with Legends lore, he would have destroyed the New Order. Yes. The thing is, I still would have liked for them to kind of adapt Legends lore, because one of the things that I liked about the new generation of Star Wars was the Kyber crystals and how they simplified them, because the different types of crystals that you could use to make fucking lightsabers in Legends, it was so arbitrary and the list was so fucking long. I want them to make Starkiller canon. I kind of do and I don't, because Starkiller is one of those, you know, universe-breaking characters because of how powerful they are. Can a lightsaber cut through adamantium? Yes. As it stands, yes, because there are very few metals that lightsabers cannot cut through, and there are specific alloys that were made that we know of that lightsabers cannot cut through. Let's see, let's not have Disney touch anything else, guys, right? Played the most passive scared player and they won twice somehow. I posted a picture of Ultra Humanite and Flash in your Discord so you can see how similar he looks. Yeah. Chat popping, hello for you, Flash. And I appreciate it, really. It means a lot that y'all are here. It means a lot that we're hanging out. And I hope everybody is having a wonderful night. Ooh, we got a blue. Okay, but that's the thing. Lightsabers are not just lasers. They're not just plasma either. Lightsabers are essentially space magic because they work alongside with the Force, so they are an enhanced form of energy. I'm talking about Bleach. Oh, okay. I was a little bit confused about Rebirth of Souls, because I was like, that sounds familiar, but I don't remember what that is. Thank you for clarifying, Project Akalai. Yes, exactly. Jedi are space wizards. Yes, lightsabers can't cut Mandalorian armor because Beskar steel is one of the types of alloy that are lightsaber resistant. There's another one that is lightsaber resistant, and in fact, that one was present in the Acolyte with the armor that was the helmet that headbutted the lightsaber and disrupted it to the point where they had to reinitialize it. I was playing Soifon, and they were playing the horse chick. I forget her name. Nell. I believe that's who you're talking about, Nell. I'm gonna switch you. Yeah, they were playing Nell, yeah. Technically made Citramon just due to censorship, unless someone else had a hand in that one. No, like, Citramon was literally just due to censorship. It was literally due to censorship, but they made it canon. Is Mando the best bounty hunter? No, because the best bounty hunter was Mandalorian Supreme from the past of the Mandalorian, of Mandalorian history, whom was one of the greatest leaders of the Mandalorian society. See, it usually just localization names, happens with most Digimon names. No, but Citramon literally was changed due to certain events that were happening around the world, and yeah, they changed the whole look of it because of what was going on. Star Wars Bounty Hunter fights 10 generations of bounty hunters. Bought through like hunt and like 5 villains would be fun. No, the best bounty hunter is from Hawaii. His name is Dog. I want them to do a series over the Mandalorian Jedi origins. Well, there was I think only about 2 notarized Mandalorians who were Jedi. One of which was Tar Vizsla. Shit. 1 second. Yeah, it was I was making sure that I was saying it right. It was Tar Vizsla who created the Darksaber. Let's see. If you ever host a D&D, I'd love to join and learn. See, I want to do thoughts on Jedi Fallen Order. I love Jedi Fallen Order. I also love Jedi Survivor. I actually plan on doing another playthrough of that for my YouTube. That is more of a cinematic playthrough, but I also might do I don't know. I might do more Let's Play playthroughs of games because just to have my commentary in there, because apparently some people actually like my commentary. Fun fact, you could sell your DM services online for groups. Is that a thing? I don't know if I'm good enough as a DM to do that though. Poor Systemon Noir was never gonna be uncensored in the West. Yeah, you know that. What is an unknown Marvel character that you think deserves time in the spotlight? Give me a second, I'm thinking. Yeah, I found the site the other day. Huh. I mean, I'm down. Like, I love doing D&D. You know, I just don't really have an outlet for that anymore. At the moment. See, they need a full deep dive into the Maul lore. I think we're getting a Maul series eventually. But Darth Maul is a very interesting character. But Marvel character unknown deserves more time in the spotlight. I don't know. Someone please explain D&D to me. D&D is essentially a game that is a theater of the mind and imagination with a set amount of rules based on depending on which book and which edition you're playing off of, as well as what module you are playing with. These books that are part of D&D will tell you how to play the game or how to DM a game. Do you know the SpongeBob episode with the box? That's D&D, essentially. A zombie apocalypse would be fire. Which that's entirely doable within the narrative, within D&D. Thoughts on Star Wars Outlaws? Not gonna play it, not ever gonna touch it. Sorry Ubisoft, but I am not down to support games that put major story bases behind paywalls, while still making people pay a premium cost for the game. I have never played Dakan. Are you looking forward to Resident Evil 9? Yes and no, mainly because I don't think I'm ever gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford it on release, and I am looking forward to a lot of the things that there are a bunch of characters that are coming back, which I'm very interested in, but we'll see. By the way, the Digimon Time Strangers DLC is meh. See, I still want to get it though, because I when I do my Let's Play of Digimon Stories Time Stranger for my YouTube, I want to have all of the content. Well, all of the relevant content. It's got an okay story, but I wanted more. I get that. And we're up to 1670 likes here on the TikTok side. Thank you so much for that. Alright. Fair. I'm not going to deny that, but also I don't really know that. Haha! Nice. I think we're gonna be able to defeat this. If anyone hosts and starts a new D&D, let me know. I got Discord. Alright. Shit. I hate this monster for this. Use the Force. Luke, use the Force. Wait, better. I'll use the Schwartz. Crap. Can't wait for Spaceballs 2. You and me both. Use the Schwartz. Large Moose, you and me had the same idea. Depends on which version of Batman you're talking about. That is one of the biggest problems about talking about Batman, is you really have to specify which version we're talking about. Not just Bruce, but which iteration. Kevin Conroy's animated series Batman? Absolute Batman? Snyderverse Batman?
Display of kinship.
What's his name? James Gunn's current Batman, who's going to change in their iteration. Each Batman is very different and unique in their own right, depending on which iteration we're talking about. You can't just necessarily say Bruce Wayne. That is one of the biggest issues with Batman. And that is also one of the reasons why I continuously specify my Batman, the Batman that I enjoy, the Batman that I subscribe to, the Batman that I think is the only one who's actually right, is the Kevin Conroy's animated series Batman. Because that was a Batman who wanted to save people, who wanted to help people. Unlike the Snyderverse Batman, which was a Batman who perpetuated trauma and beat the crap out of people and was a rich person doing it just because they went through trauma. Certain iterations of Batman are not a hero, they're just a rich boy who's got problems. I am your brother's, sister's, cousin's, uncle's ex-college roommate. Oh my god. The crab is delicious. Yum. I wish I had crab. I want crab. Friendly the Ministry for DCU online going against him. Are you telling me if I'm rich I can't beat people on vengeance? No, you can't. Did you like Hardy's Bane? You merely adopted the darkness. I was born in it. Yes and no. I'm not a big fan of Christian Bale's universe and Batman. I'm not. To me, Christian Bale's Batman is the one that I would call the rabid Batman. And I really didn't like it. But he did the role as best as he could, but to me, Bane, without the dichotomy of their addiction to toxin, isn't Bane. That is a big part of his character. It is one of the reasons why Bane is a very interesting villain in Gotham. Because they are not only a drug addict, but they are also incredibly intelligent. Let's see. It seems so weird. It's so weird seeing Monster Hunter as a turn-based style game. People really hate Mugetsu. It seems I made this guy rage quit within the first minute of the fight. Oh, jeez. All right, wait. Where is that? Yeah. They need to make Bane 50% Hulk size. Hey, Bane doesn't do... Yes, Bane does do drugs. That's the whole point of his character. He's a drug addict. He's addicted to the toxin. And toxin is a drug. Or venom, yeah. Now, venom isn't... Valric? No. We're not... Come on. No. Was Thanos defeating the Hulk bullshit in the movie? No, because that wasn't the Hulk. That wasn't the strongest version of Hulk. Let's just put it that way. But then again, they did the whole narrative of Thanos incorrect as well. Anyways, next you're gonna tell me I can't do the alcohol. Oh my god. Let's see. I've recently been playing Beach Soul Resonance, and they've been adding characters that were supposed to be getting a Nell soon. You can't do the alcohol. The only BS thing is that the Hulk wouldn't come back for round 2. 2010 Hulk was a fucking beast. Yeah, no, Darwin dying in first class, that was bullshit. No. How you gonna do Darwin like that? Fuck you. Come on. Wow. So aggressive. Hey, no. Like it is bullshit. You cannot give us a character that has the ability to adapt to any form of death, and then let them die because of a nuclear explosion. Essentially, you're evil, Lunchbox. Comic Thanos was being killed left and right all the time. Well, that depends on which comic Thanos, because comic Thanos has a bunch of clones, has a shit ton of clones, like a shit ton of clones. Because there is a Thanos clone that got swamped by Squirrel Girl. There's a Thanos clone that may or may not actually be the original Thanos that is courting the Lady of Death and in a competition with Deadpool. There's more than one Thanos at play working in both the background, the foreground, and all the grounds, all together. There's more Thanoses out there than there are Kangs. It's not really a competition. Deadpool is winning. Yo, yeah, no. Lady Death doesn't even blink at Thanos when Deadpool's around. Lady Death is like, oh, Deadpool senpai. Ooh, woo. Was Squirrel Girl a gag character? Yes and no. Squirrel Girl was started off as a gag character, but was a character that eventually would expand into more, just simply because they were a useful narrative and people started liking her. A gag character, more often than not, is a one-off and used specifically for a singular arc or a singular comic. Day is going good, thank you. Exactly, Saitama isn't a gag character, because guess what? One Punch Man isn't a one-off. It's an entire series. Perfect example, Jeff the Land Shark. Exactly, that's a good example right there, Lunchbox. Jeff the Land Shark was a character that was meant to be a gag character, that was meant to be a one-off. But because they became so popular, they became not a gag character. What is the worst comic book run that, oh god, shit! Worst comic book run that you have ever read?
Well fought, my friend.
I don't know. Let me think. Dude, my box was shit on top of the rest of my day. I'm so over everything. Man, I'm sorry. Also, never forget the Thanos copter. Yeah. Yeah. I would think Lady does like Thanos. Why wooing that just increases her workload? That probably has something to do with why Lady Death is like, Thanos, you're a chore. Do you still own comic books, or did anything happen to them? Yeah, no, all of my comic books and my manga collection were destroyed over time by the two disastrous relationships that I had. My ex-wife, and then my most recent ex. Both of which resulted in the destruction of my comic books, and then subsequently the destruction of my manga collection. Yeah, but for Deadpool, much like for Deadpool, it's much like Sheldon Cooper says. My genitals are a joy to behold, so it's okay when Deadpool increases her workload. Four legendaries, one epic, and only one full playset out of the entire box. What the fuck? I'm sorry, Lunchbox. That's kind of bullshit. What the fuck? I would have expected better from Ravensburger and Lorcana. And is it for Winterspell? Did Winterspell already come out? Is that what you bought? Excuse me. Yeah, today. Ah. Trying to find the Nargacuga. Let's see, you know, with all the ways heroes come back from Lady Death, she gets really mad for cheating death. Yes. Damn it. I went all the way around for nothing, and I didn't even go the right way. Let's see. Yeah, I'd love for DC to be more active in cinematic. I would love a Scarecrow movie. I mean, we're getting more. Thanks to James Gunn, I love James Gunn's cinematic universe when it comes down to the DC universe. I am hoping for more. And I cannot wait for what we're going to get with the future projects involving James Gunn's DC universe. God damn it, where the fuck are we supposed to go? Apparently Superman was a flop. Let's put it this way. When it comes down to it, I don't give a shit what the critics say. I don't give a shit what the box office say. I give a shit about, did I enjoy it? I enjoyed it. So I'm waiting for what comes next. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad either. To me, it was the best rendition of Superman that we've gotten in a long time. Way better than Henry Cavill, for sure. Because Superman is, despite what some of the sad people out there might think, Superman is not a character that should be one that is unbeatable. Superman is a character that is a symbol of hope. That is what Superman is. If you knew anything about Superman, you would know this about him as a character. Because that is what he is. He is an altruist. He isn't some measure of egotism of strength. And that is by far one of in my opinion, one of the most shallowest ways to look at Superman. That kind of makes me not like, well, Henry Cavill's version. Exactly. Exactly, Dragon King. Let's see, Clayface, can't wait. Don't care, critics review. I'm waiting for that one. Gonna watch it. Hell yeah, because Clayface is going to be a horror style movie, and I cannot wait to see how they do that. Are you Pooverine shipper or Spider-Poo shipper? There is a correct answer. I don't do ships. That's my answer. Exactly, Jester. Superman isn't, like I said, Superman isn't a character that should be unbeatable, and he isn't. In many narratives, he gets his ass rocked by things more than just kryptonite. And the character that evolved into some of the more modern-day Superman renditions, where he is literally unbeatable, is where Superman, essentially, to me, narratively died because they were boring. I have been well, Red Clark. How have you been? And what about Wookiee droid attacks on Wookiees? Hey, you leave those Wookiees alone, you damn clanker. Them clanker droids. Spider-Pool is the best bromance. I agree. Roger, roger. Remember Zeus beating Superman in Injustice? Yeah, but then Superman comes back and kills Zeus, doesn't he? I think instead of trying and failing to adapt a comic, they should try to be original. I mean, if they're gonna try to be original, why not just give us something new? Don't give us Superman, don't give us Batman, don't give us anything that's already been done. Give us something new. I'm okay with that idea, too. Like Wonder Man. I actually haven't watched Wonder Man. I'm excited to check it out, though.
Well fought, my friend.
It was good? Hell yeah. They canonically have a child together. They do offer, though, if I remember correctly. Oh my god. I want to see Deathstroke content. Let's just say Deathstroke's character is incredibly problematic, and I would rather not. Because if you go delve deeper into what Deathstroke has done, there are certain things that we just really don't need. One of which involves Terra, which is just like, dude, no. As you say, Teen Titans cartoon Deathstroke, and I mentioned Terra. That's where the problem started. Alright, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Oh, this way. Red Hood series be fire? Okay, but which Red Hood? Can we do the pill hood? Because the pill hood is funny. Live action Teen Titans would go crazy if they did it right. That's asking a lot. Thoughts on the Arrow series? Arrow series was fun, but they kind of messed it up near the last few seasons. Can we run away? They'll never give Jason his own series. Yeah, probably not. I like the Arrowverse, and all in all, yes, Arrow itself died at the end. Yeah. I mean, that is what Green Arrow is. Green Arrow is literally Batman with a bow. There's kind of no if and or buts about that one. Well, I mean, they could do it right, though. I would love to see them do Beast Boy right. To the quiver, Speedy! Did you see the Spider Noir trailer? And hello. Yes, hello. So I did see the Spider Noir trailer. I am disappointed that they are deciding to do a colored version of it because it just kind of... It takes away from the whole thing, because that's the whole thing about Spider Noir and Spider Noir's universe. It's all black and white. Nobody bitched about the fact that Sin City was essentially all black and white. Why are we bitching the fact that Spider Noir should be all black and white? And I also kind of, I mean, they also will have a black and white version. I just don't see the necessity of releasing a colored version. I also don't like the fact that they changed his name to Ben Reilly. Because in the Spider-Verse, Spider Noir is Peter Parker. Yes, his name is Ben Reilly. Go look it up. Ben Reilly is Scarlet Spider. Exactly. It should be Peter... Fucking exactly! Exactly! Thank you! You get where I'm coming from. Spider-Punk should have their own movie. Okay, the Spider-Punk... I would be okay with the Spider-Punk movie, but it has to be animated, and they have to do it in the art style that they do the entirety of the comic book on. Why would they do that? I don't know. I don't like the fact that they named him Ben Reilly. I don't like the fact that they turned Spider Noir into Ben Reilly. And what's up? Welcome to the stream. Please don't get mad. Okay, cool. I prefer Scarlet Spider's costume from the 90s instead of the new one, the red and black one. Yeah, I agree. I do love the 90s one better. I used to have a trading card of Scarlet Spider with their original 90s costume. That one was also lost due to issues. I just read the reason, and it's so dumb, to fit the gritty tone rather than being a young, optimistic kid. But the whole thing with Spider Noir is, one, he's older than Peter Parker, Spider-Man. But the whole, I don't know. I don't like it. That's a stupid reason. Eternals was mid. Eternals could have been done really well. I really like the way that they did the speedster in Eternals, but overall, it should have been more than one movie. Eternals needed to be 3 movies because there was too much going on, and they squashed all of it together, and things got lost in the sauce with that. It's almost like they forgot not every Spider-Man is a kid Peter Parker. Exactly. Thunderbolts movie main villain was fire, like his villain arc. Okay, user. Come on. Wait, tail strike? I thought we broke the tail. We did break the tail. What the butts? What should they do next for the Spider-Man movies is the Clone Saga. What they should do is allow Tom Holland Spider-Man to grow up. That's the one thing that Tom Holland Spider-Man is missing. Is a chance to grow up. Because they keep... His chance is coming in movie 4. I hope so. Because that's literally what we need. Did you play the Spider-Man games yet? No, I really want to get the Spider-Man games, but I can't afford them currently. Because I am po as fuck. So, you know, work and my paychecks go towards bills. How's the car? The car, thankfully, thanks to all of y'all, thanks to my amazing community, was able to be fixed. At least keep rolling, you know. There are certain things that I do need to get fixed, but I can at least save up for that. Since he was supposed to be off to college, it's time to move on up, right? I'm hoping so, because Tom Holland does have the talent to portray a much more mature character. And that's one of the things that I kind of didn't enjoy about the majority of movies of Spider-Man movies in Tom Holland's arc so far, is the fact that they portray him as young too often. And it's just, like, he's got to grow up. So I'm glad that in movie 4, that's going to be where they're going with it. Oh no, so you weren't door dashing either, car down? Yeah, I mean, I stopped door dashing a while back just because it became more of an issue and a wear on my car. So until I can get my car at more to 100%, I am gonna just really, really buckle down on spending and rely on normal work check. Shit, wrong attack. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that's what we're getting back. Well, I wouldn't say next Doctor Strange. Ned would be the next Sorcerer Supreme. In the comics, Ned becomes a hobgoblin at one point. Have you seen the Resident Evil 9 Requiem trailer yet? I have not. I don't like Professor Hulk. You know. Marvel Rivals making people get into Marvel. I mean, I've been into Marvel Rivals for... Well, I mean, I've been into Marvel and DC for a long time. But I haven't played Marvel Rivals in a long time. If only we could get Hobgoblin, right? If only. But Norman Osborn isn't even a thing in Tom Holland's universe. What I didn't like about the MCU Spider-Man is his dependence on Iron Man. Yeah, there's that. DC and Marvel still competing? I don't know, and I don't think anybody cares, except for some of the hardcore fans. Well, some of the more annoyingly pedantic fans. I'm not going to call them hardcore. Whenever they bring in Norman Osborn, I want the perfect actor, Bryan Cranston. I mean, that would be a good choice, actually. I don't think they're competing. I think DC is still trying to find their image. And I'm thinking, like I said, I have a lot of faith in James Gunn's DCU. So, I really have been enjoying it. I loved Peacemaker. I loved Creature Commandos. I love Superman, so I cannot wait to see what comes next. Shit. Me too. You and me both, my friend. I cannot wait for Supergirl. Thoughts on Fantastic Four? I thought it was actually really well done. I enjoyed it. The only thing that really bothered me is the fact of the matter is Reed Richards did not stretch that much, nor did they even showcase how much Reed Richards should be able to stretch. So that was a missed opportunity, in my opinion, for Pablo crap. For, one moment. For Pedro Pascal, yeah. Now you're going to be doing speed attacks, so... Jason Momoa should have been Lobo from the very beginning in the Snyderverse. That's just my opinion. Honestly, I'm glad that he's not in the Snyderverse. I'm glad that he gets to be in James Gunn's universe. The Snyderverse would not be a good showcase for either Jason Momoa's talent, nor... It wasn't a good case for Jason Momoa's talent. Because, I mean, shit, Aquaman wasn't great. It wasn't. It was okay, but it wasn't great. I didn't really like the Snyderverse. No, dude, have you seen the trailer that he shows off as Lobo? It looks amazing. Do you think Bloodsport should get a show if James Gunn does it his way? Maybe? That'd be interesting. They rushed the introductions into MCU, got powers immediately, had Kid, and fought Galactus. You see, Welcome to Derry is doing the bringing Stephen King universe into it. I actually like Welcome to Derry. That was really well done. The Macroverse and Stephen King is something that I really hope they expand upon more. And I hope they redo the Dark Tower. Thoughts on John Bertho's Punisher? I love John Bertho's Punisher, but the thing about the Punisher is the same problem I have with Daredevil Born Again. The MCU being tied to Disney and Kevin Feige is not dark enough to portray the narrative of Punisher, nor the narrative of Daredevil, nor the narrative of Cloak and Dagger.
I never seriously considered he might beat me.
No, sorry, no, Cloak and Dagger is Marvel. My bad. But yeah, no, yeah, nor the narrative Cloak and Dagger.
Of course not. I don't want to talk about it.
Punisher is going to be in the next Spider-Man. Yes, I cannot wait. And I think, it's not confirmed, but I think we're going to get Man-Spider.
What?
Punisher is not a hero. Punisher is in no way, shape, or form a hero.
What the? Who are you?
Just a humble feline crossing
Hopefully Momoa will speak like the main man, otherwise it'll take from the character, yeah. We're getting Tombstone and many others.
Time to show Alwyn your grandpa's not the only great rider in the family. If you can win this, that'll really impress Zeller and the Elder.
Punisher is not a hero, but he will help people if they need help. Yes.
Get ready, 'cause
Well, let's put it this way. Punisher isn't going to be one that's going to sit there on the sideline while watching someone get killed. Especially if that someone who's getting killed is just some person. You know, they're not a gang member or anything. Scorpion might be my favorite non-symbiote Spider-Man villain. Aw, Scorpion is a good one. Luke Cage was a good show. I liked it. I did. I liked Luke Cage. It's sad that it was saddled alongside Iron Fist. Because fuck Danny Rand. Fuck Danny Rand's Iron Fist. Fuck that white savior narrative. Danny Rand's Iron Fist is the worst Iron Fist to ever be Iron Fist. Let's see, so in regards to Stephen King's universe, most of his books do all take place in the same universe. I mean, sort of, kind of, but not really. There are certain ones that take place in alternate universes or not in Keystone Earth. But they are all tied together by the Macroverse and the Dark Tower, which is a nexus to a multitude of other realities. Punisher was the reason Spider-Man died once. Yes. See, I love Iron Fist. I don't love Danny Rand's Iron Fist. Danny Rand's Iron Fist is the epitome of the white savior complex, and we just don't need it. I preferred the other Iron Fist that had the mantle before Danny Rand and after Danny Rand. And yes, Daredevil is an incredibly dark character. If you ever read Daredevil Born Again and Daredevil's original comic book, he is a brutal character. We'll get Boomerang in Spider-Man 4 playing Tom's brother. Interesting. Scorpion, though, does get the Venom symbiote at one point in the comics and becomes Venom for a while. He does? I didn't know that. Kisuke is kind of fun in Bleach. Let's see, Blade, Mad Disney Cut Show. I don't know, Blade. I know we need Blade back, maybe. Is Daredevil anti as well? Sort of, kind of, but Daredevil has a little bit more of a little more altruism to him than most of the other characters that would be considered anti-hero, like Ghost Rider or Punisher or Venom. Is it just me, or is there static in your audio? Is there static? Okay, is it in the audio, in my audio, or in the game? And does that help? For the game. Ah, shit. If there's static in the game, then I'm gonna have to restart the stream, or, well... I'm gonna have to probably end the stream. Because if there's static in the game, I haven't figured out a way to fix that without restarting the stream. I don't know, let me try this. This is probably not gonna work. Okay, so I'm gonna try a few things. Let me know if any of these actually work. Oh, it got even worse. Okay, give me 1 second. God damn it, I think I just lost a whole bunch of, Fauxage for years, don't give up. Hey, thank you so much for that. Really? So it's like that, is it? Alright, I'm gonna try restarting my computer. Give me 1 second. If restarting stream works, I would do that and make it easier for you. Alright, everybody, I'm gonna restart stream. Give me